Hey comic book friends, Mike Spider Slayer here and welcome to Comic Book Corner. Guys, first off, before I say anything, I just wanted to apologize about comic book reviews this week. I've had a very busy schedule, so reviews will be coming. I'll have a couple on Dark Avenger Inc. tomorrow. The Walking Dead review will be on Dark Avenger Inc. today, and when there's times that I am pressed for time and had very little time to make videos, I do one complete review show on all the comics that I read for the week, and I will be doing that tomorrow. So if you want to see my thoughts on all my comics for the week, you guys can check that video out tomorrow. It will be called Comic Book Review Hour or something like that, but just look for it. It'll be the Review Power Hour show or something weird like that, but look for that video tomorrow. It'll be all the reviews on all the books that I read for the week. So now, the main topic of this whole video is I was tagged by J. Agul, and it's a topic video on the comics that I am thankful for. And the reason why he tagged me was because I was one of the first people that he contacted for help and advice on YouTube on doing his comic reviews and things of that nature. And first off, I just wanted to say that I am honored to help, and I'm glad that, I'm happy that he picked me. This is why I started Comic Book Corner to begin with, and he could have picked anybody. There's a lot of reviewers out there that have been along a lot longer than I have. I've been here since probably May or June, maybe July of 2011. Okay, but he picked me, and there's a lot of great reviewers out there. So again, I'm honored to help. And if there is anybody out there that wants help, you can ask me, message me. I'll be glad to help anybody out there. There's so many people out there. There's great guys out there that have been reviewing comic books, and that's Cat, Comic Uno, Dark Avenger C86. There's Captain Cummings, there's Doc and Hollett, there's Constant Bomb Store, there's Captain Strangelove, there's Rock 18, there's Lisa Moore, Brant Fowler. There's just so many of us out there in the comic community that really show a passion in comics. And we love what we do, and you can contact anybody. So again, I'm honored, and I'm honored to do this little video here, because for people that are not familiar with me and my history on what I got into comics for, well, I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to tell you some of the books that meant a lot for me. Okay, so first off, why did I get into comic books? I was always a science fiction fan. I loved Star Wars. I loved, I went to Star Wars like re-release in '79 when I was a kid, and that started it all. That was the big thing. Stormtroopers, Darth Vader, all kinds of that crap. Lightsabers, at walkers, and I was like, oh my God. And I think that like embedded my nerdiness right from the start. They didn't really have video games quite yet. That was a couple years down the road. So that's what catapulted me. I started collecting Star Wars figures. My mom bought me Star Wars figures for Christmas. She got me every guide, the Darth Vader case, all that stuff. It was epic, dude. I loved it. Then it was, after that, I was like watching all kinds of other cartoons on TV, like Conan, or is it Conan, or I don't even know, Conan the Barbarian, but it was G.I. Joe and Transformers and all that stuff. Like, I started watching all that on TV. My brain just calculating in. I ate that stuff up. All in the meantime, on the little side in a cabinet that I had where I kept all my Star Wars figures this whole time. My uncle owned, he worked at a comic shop, or he managed a comic shop, and the comic shop closed, and he gave me a few comics, Spider-Man's, issues in the 200s, things of that nature, and it was in this little cabinet I had, I remember, and I just opened it up, bloop, I opened it, and stack of comics. Probably about, I don't know, 25 comics maybe. Had Spitfire in there. It had some Fantastic Four, some Marvel team-ups. Never looked at them. They just sat there years and years and years. And I remember I would look at them every once in a while, put them back, and it stayed like that, honestly, until I was about 12, 13 years old, maybe a little bit older, where I could appreciate reading a little bit more. And I had a friend, and I remember this friend. His name was Joe, and I'm not going to say his last name, but his name was Joe. And he loved to draw. I remember he drew characters and stuff like that. I was like, dude, you draw awesome, you know? And he drew turtles. I'm like, dude, there's turtles, bro. What the hell's a turtles and a sword? And he's like, it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Have you never heard of them? I was like, no, I never heard of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. What are you talking about? He's like, yeah, there's this comic book. It's these turtles, dude. They got swords and nunchucks. They wear bandanas on their head, and it's black and white. I'm like, black and white? What the hell kind of comics is black and white? And dude, he was like, you gotta check this out. I'm like, whatever. So he showed me an issue of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I don't know what issue he had. I don't remember if he had #1. If he did, I think it was a second or third printing. And he showed me, and from that point on, comic books entered my life permanently. That is the true meaning of how I entered comic books. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He showed me, and I'm like, this is awesome. It's not Spider-Man. It's not anything else in the world I have ever seen. They have swords and nunchucks, and they're slicing each other off, cutting body parts off, and just like people falling off of buildings, and rats running around, and I was like, holy crap, this is awesome. Needless to say, I could never find an issue. The first issue I found was issue 5 of the second printing of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But that's what started it. That's what ignited the comic book thing in me. I thought this was so cool, I have to collect comics now. And when I couldn't find Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I went to Dark Horse, and they had this thing called Boris the Bear. A bear with machine guns, and he was a robot, and he wore a bandana. The guy was awesome. He had legs sliced off at one time. This was some graphic crap, dude. I loved it. I am thankful for that comic. I am thankful for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Next, I went into Marvel, okay? Marvel was what everyone was buying. It was the craze. It was the late 80s, early 90s. Everyone was buying all this shit. First thing I bought, Todd McFarlane's issue number 313 of Amazing Spider-Man. I am thankful for that. That was an awesome issue. It was fantastic. I saw the drawings on that, and the lizard's like, and I'm like, holy crap, this is awesome. Spider-Man's getting eaten up, all alive and everything. I was like, this is sweet. And from that point on, I was hooked on to Spider-Man, because Spider-Man looked a little bit more edgy at that point. Todd McFarlane was drawing. I mean, I'm a teenager here. He's drawing Mary Jane with all kinds of shapes and colors. And I'm like, dude, Mary Jane looks hot. And Peter Parker looked pretty badass too. And all the, exaggerations in his art, the way he drew Spider-Man, with the arm back here and his legs up here. And it's just like the web had the actual webbing around it. And he's like this, and he's flying around. Dude, it was sweet. I was like, I'm getting all these. 313, 314, 315. I just kept on going. The whole series was just phenomenal from that point on. After that, it went on to Eric Larson. Loved Eric Larson's art. That's why I still read Savage Dragon today, because not only does he write it, but he also draws it. So Amazing Spider-Man's run on Eric Larson's run, I mean, was just great. I mean, his art almost was identical to Todd McFarlane's in a way when it came to exaggerations and things like that. Not as dark or scary looking. McFarlane was a little bit more scary, but Larson's art was great. I love the cartooniness of it, the comic effect, all the nice characters like Cardiac and all these other characters that came out. The way he drew the Sinister Six, dude, it was sweet. It was phenomenal. It came to issues 333 with Venom. he created the whole crazy ass tongue coming out. That was awesome. It was just a nice run by him. And then Bagley took over from there. And from there on out, that was my first continuous comic book series that I still collect today. So that's why it means so much to me on Amazing Spider-Man. People are saying, well, it's just the renumbering and things of that nature. But Amazing Spider-Man means the most to me out of any comic, just for the fact being is that I grew up reading Spider-Man, and I know a lot of you others grew up to reading other comics out there too, like especially a lot of the, older, people older than me, like they've grown up to reading the original Avengers, the original Captain America, all the volume ones, and when you see something that you grew up to and you remember these stories for certain parts of your life and what you can relate to, it's disheartening to see a series come to an abrupt end and then they're starting something new. And I understand it's a business aspect and everything else, but the overall book just means a lot to me. Like I said, Todd McFarlane, Eric Larson, Bagley, sorry, just and everything after that, it just means a lot. There's a lot of stories that I remember, and when I was down on times, I am a single child in my family, and my parents went through a divorce. It means a lot when I did not have my friends around. When I did not have my friends around, or I wasn't at a friend's house, what I was doing? Reading comic books. It took me to a good place. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I liked the fantasy of it. And it got my imagination going. So that is the comics that I'm most thankful for. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for really introducing me to the hobby, and really Amazing Spider-Man, who introduced me to really collecting my first full series. And for a current title that's, I want to say, modern title, I want to thank The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead was a comic that got me into independence like I could never believe before, and a modern series that was just so original that I've never enjoyed a comic so much in my life. That's why when you see me do my reviews, I'm so crazy about it, because it's just a great story and it really gets into character development. I love it. It's just so fun, and it's fun to see how it goes into the TV series and where it's become. I like it how I liked The Walking Dead before it became popular. And to see it at this level, it's just amazing how I thought, if I like it, everyone else is going to like it. So I appreciate The Walking Dead just as much. And another reason why I like The Walking Dead was because when I started YouTube, okay, and I'm thankful for YouTube because this started everything that's going on right now. When I started YouTube, my goal on here was to figure out a way how to help people make decisions on what comics they want to buy. Okay, we all do reviews and we all have our opinions on every book, whether it's gold and silver, bronze, current, anything of that nature. We all have our opinions and we're all going to agree and disagree, but that's what's so great about this hobby. So in my opinions, why I do my reviews the way I do them is to help the viewer out there make a decision on what comic book they want to buy. That's why I go into such in-depth reviews. That's why I do give away spoilers on certain aspects of books, because I want to help you make a decision on a book to get. If I wasted my $2.99, $3.99, I wasted it, but at least I helped you save it. And that is the point that I try to make when I do my comic reviews. That was the original goal why I came here, and it's still the main goal, honestly, in the end, why I do these reviews. So if I can help any of you guys out there, let me know. I'll get back to you as soon as I can with comments or questions. And everything else that happened along with YouTube is kind of a blessing. I am honored to be working on Dark Avenger Inc. I never expected to get 500 viewers. I never expected to do Dark Avenger Inc. I never expected to work with, partner up with comic book companies to get books. I never expected any of that stuff, and I never expected, people to actually like my reviews and like me as a person. I just wanted to go out there and give my opinion and hopefully help a few people. So if I helped people with reading The Walking Dead for the first time, then my mission was accomplished. If I helped somebody read Chew for the first time because they never heard of it before, then my mission was accomplished. If I said, hey buddy, I love this comic, and they said, hey, no, it's crap, then you know what, that's your opinion and that's great. But again, that's why I do this, and that's what I'm most thankful for. So again, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Amazing Spider-Man, and current issues of The Walking Dead. Those are the three. Those are the three main ones. There's a lot of others out there. X-Men, the new relaunch of the new team. How can you not forget that? Todd McFarlane's Spider-Man issue. Biggest thing in the world. Everyone's jumping on board. Variant covers left and right coming out of your ass. What's it worth now? But those are the things that you live for when you're a comic collector, and you'll never forget it. There's just so much out there, and I'm thankful for all of it. So again, I want to thank Jay Al Ghul for letting me do this video, and the person that I want to tag next on why they got into comic books is a new person that's actually on Dark Avenger Inc. and who does the podcast of Zone 4. And I want to thank him for actually joining our group channel. And I'm really interested in hearing more of a history about him because he's a new friend to us. And it's Brant Fowler. I want to know why he got into comics, and I want to know what his favorite comic books are, and I want to know a little bit more about him. So Brant, buddy, you're up, my friend. And guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about me, if there's anything that I can help you with, please leave comments below. I love the comments. I read every single one of them. I'm sorry if I can't respond right away to your comments. I try to do as many I can, but I do read every single comment, and I love them because you guys took the time out for me. And as long as you do that, I am definitely going to keep doing this. So guys, always thank you for watching Comic Book Corner. Until the next comic book review, which will be tomorrow. Comic book review show, I don't know what it's called yet. This is Mike Spider Slayer signing off, and I'll see you soon, guys. Take care.